Who can win all the Egyptian god cards or one fancy lady with a sword? We'll find out. Aha! Fancy lady with sword! She comes when needed! Hello everyone, Gomez here for the LAN Uptro. Again with another deck for you today. This one, I mean, you know, the degeneracy of Fiora with Shurima. Let's do this. So the deck is called Sandy Fiora. It's basically just because we're going to the desert region and so sand's there. That's the only thing that came to my mind. So this actually just is an all-in Fiora deck. Most of the best Fiora decks are just the ones which just focusing on trying to get her on the board and then sustaining her and keeping her alive. Obviously we've seen a bit of quite a rise in Fiora just with Freljord. So yet again, like it's a standalone Fiora deck, but just with Freljord. So this one is a new region's come along. It's got things which can help Fiora out a lot in terms of the fact that Ancient Hourglass can just mean that you can, just like my deck with the Swole Barriers, it can put her back into the field and she get her like protected from whatever's going on, then put her back out onto the field of play, and it just means that she's, you know, she's fine, and stays at whatever she was at in terms of however many kills that she's at. So this is the deck. I'm not going to say this is the best version of this deck, because definitely there's a lot of things I wanted to include which I had to take out. So number one, we've got Riot of Calling, which basically is just the basically the same as On Treat from the Freljord one, by basically, because Fiora is the only champion in this deck, so we know for a fact every single time this is calling Fiora, and because it's an all-in deck, like, you know, you need ways of trying to make sure you're getting her. So we've got this, we've got Prediction, but this also works in the fact that it's going to summon us a unit. So if you need to use Riot of Calling on that unit, you can do. As well as that, just gives you something as a blocker on the board for the early game. Obviously, Hourglass, as I was saying, bit of draw coming in off of here. We've got this to work with elusives. Not that like an elusive is too much of a problem at this moment in time. We've not been seeing too many people playing like massively elusive decks. Single combat is just standard Fiora. We've got sand, which it quick sand, just because that's one of those ones which does work nicely with Fiora in terms of the fact that you are debilitating your opponent's unit by giving it -4, or if they do go forward with elusives or overwhelm or whatever the hell, this removes all their keywords, which is important, and then Fiora can just go in if she needs to. Golden Aegis has just proven itself to be a magnificent tool with Fiora, the fact that it is burying her and rallying, so you get to go forward again and do another hit in there and get another ticker on her, so works really well. Riot of Negation just help any spells that are trying to kill her if you don't have the Hourglass. Stand alone, because literally the only other unit that might be on the board is the Clockling, but let's face it, like, you should be able to sacrifice that quite quickly, or at least I'm hoping so. So it's standalone. Scythe, which it's Siphoning Strike yet again as a buff to Fiora as well as striking something out. I've got Judgment because I love a Fiora deck which runs Judgment and Unyielding Spirit, because literally just Judgment is like, if all else fails and your opponent goes wide on the board, just that you're putting your opponent like the pressure of knowing that this could be a thing. Now obviously the problem is I'm not running what's his face? I'm not running well, I can't think of the damn name of it right now. Concerted Strike. Concerted Strike is such a good move for Fiora, and I do feel bad about not using it because it is fast speed. It is basically in the same point as this. The reason why I put Siphoning Strike in instead is because it's the additional stats, but it is slow speed, and so that's why it's kind of a in the fact that, like, should I really put in Concerted Strike instead of this, because it's just basically going to be helping out there. Now, the other thing important to remember about this deck is that if you don't top deck Fiora, there's a slight chance that you might start burning things. If Fiora doesn't show herself, you've got a lot of spells. That's the same with any kind of Fiora deck. But please let me know what you think. I said, like, I would like to have put that in there. There was also, I really wanted to put the Boomerang in, because the Boomerang counts as 2 strikes, but it's one of those things where I couldn't decide what I wanted to drop to put the Boomerang in. I guess I could technically get rid of at least, like, you know what, we're gonna make a change on the fly. and the change of the flyers that we're going to do this. I might end up regretting that because that does at least allow me to predict to help me either draw Fiora or get something which I know is going to defend her and protect her. So that's the reason why this is in the deck, and also this is just in there for draw. So I might end up regretting this, but I definitely want Boomerang in here. But maybe I'm going a little bit too stupid because these are slow speed. It's very important to remember the fact that these are slow speed, whereas, like, you know, Concerted Strike is at least fast, which means I can do it before a combo or something like that is about to hit off. So I might end up regretting this. As I said, this is not the most legitimate way of doing this. It's just the way that I'm building it. But let me know what you think down in the comment section down below, as well as the fact that shameless plug time. If you didn't know already, I stream on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. So Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram is what's up there. So I stream then. There's also the Discord link down below if you want to get in there, talk all things deck creation and like crazy things like that, because I love hearing back from you. I love the community that we're building, and honestly, thank you all so much to everyone who's viewing this video. Thank you to everyone who follows, subscribes, everything, honestly, because I've got an end of year goal of hitting 5,000 followers/subscribers on YouTube and Twitch, and I think we can make it. We work together, we're building this lovely community. And what you need to remember about this channel is I put out these deck concepts. I never say these are the refined versions. We can then help refine them together and make it into something glorious. But this is what we're going with today. Fiora with Shurima. So let's see how this does in a couple of matchups. BG, too easy. We've got the big crocodile man. I'm actually going to keep Quicksand. I might end up regretting this, but I'm going to keep the Predict and Quicksand. The main reason, at least I got right, okay. The main reason I wanted to keep Quicksand was just that it is a way of removing his Overwhelm. So, gonna pass, because I actually want to have full mana when I get to Fiora. We need to wait. We can use Riot of Cain on turn 3 to just immediately pull her out. Obviously, we will be going down a mana crystal, which is not the best, but at the same point, we shall see what they do. But Riot of Calling means that we can, I keep calling it culling. Riot of Calling does mean that we can at least draw her. If it's made of sand, I can light it. Oh, that's not the one you want to see, because obviously that does mean we would be giving our Fiora a massive disadvantage, and our opponent knows that. But Fiora is the only champion or only unit that we've got, so Fiora's always gonna hit it. So might as well hit her with it now. So going like that, playing her onto the field of play. We've got a Quicksand, and we do have a Sharp Sight. So oh crap, it actually would get, no, that is completely my fault. That is completely my fault on not remembering how that interaction goes down. I thought it would be like a, just take the mana next turn. Okay. Actually, potentially quite good. I'm going to take the Hourglass. But yeah, no, that was my fault on thinking I could have played her on that turn. I'm still getting used to the interactions. Obviously, I am also a mana crystal down now as well. It's very important to remember, but it's okay. We have Fiora. We have a number of different ways of at least helping her. So I remain optimistic. I remain optimistic here. So gonna do that bit of damage in. Obviously, expect to see maybe the big croc. Obviously, she's got only like not the best health right now, but we've got things like Quicksilver, and we also have Sharp Sight. So don't worry. And also we have the Hourglass if all else fails. So don't worry. Okay. It's okay. Gonna go with this first. See how it goes. We could actually have played there was no reason not to put the clock in front of that. There was literally no reason not to put the clock in front of that. Okay. Don't worry. Live and learn. I'm still learning this deck. I do apologize if people feel that I've been off in my recent videos. Like I don't mean to be. I think it's just the fact that I'm just still trying to get used to all this stuff myself, and so in getting used to it, I don't know whether or not it's changing my normal reactions and whatnot. I do apologize if it is, because obviously I want you guys to be getting the best viewing experience possible. They are gonna put, it's like, the question is now, do I at least do that? Because otherwise what happens is once it gets resummoned, it summons another. I mean, I guess that would take up more room on their field. I'm just going to kill it. Right now, let's just kill it. Get Fiora leveled and get her closer to the situation. It feels the best. We've got our own clock. We've got judgment.
Glorious sacrifice.
We've got our own clock and we've got judgment. It's okay. I mean, like, I've got the clock here and I've got the clock here. Hourglass, that's the words. Okay, so
let them eat swords.
I feel like at this point I might as well get the damage into him because of the fact that literally I do have single combat that could remove him from the field of play.
Let me hear you call our
Okay.
Emperor's name.
So, I mean, what ticker are we on? Okay, it's okay, it's okay. So, we can do this. They've already used one hourglass. They got another hourglass in hand right now. They do not! And therefore, the Emperor is down! But there could be another Emperor or Big Crocodile Man in hand right now. Okay. Siphoning Strike could help, but yet again, okay, so we go with Siphoning Strike, we go with it, but bearing in mind,
With us, right?
we're doing that because we do still have the ability to Hourglass if it is needed. But we're gonna go with the Siphoning Strike. Boom! And there it is! I love it. I love this deck. So, I gotta say, I do love a good Fiora deck when it all works out in the end. I mean, we know how powerful this deck can be. Lee Sin with Payday is stupid, but let's go. We've got Fiora, we've got the ability to summon another Fiora, and I'm actually, weirdly enough, going to keep this. My reason for keeping this is just, I didn't need 2 of them. I was going to keep this just because, like, I mean, I didn't need 3 of them. Okay. Okay. So. It's not good. It's not going to look 100% good. I don't actually think they... Is Lee like their main... Lee's like their main unit in that, right? Before I can remember, Lee's like their main unit, if not their only unit in that deck. So... Okay, we've got to go with Hope right now. At least I can get rid of his keywords. So that's nice. Can get rid of his keywords. We can use this.
I don't want to meet whatever woke you up.
Well... You know what woke me up today? A good old Siphoning Strike! So, at least means that she's... Ooh. Oh, deny. So, gotta take that. Gotta take that, but obviously we can still use Siphoning Strike. Because I feel like I have to. So, of course, that's 1 deny. That is 1 deny out of our opponent. And so we're gonna go for it again. Going for it again. Deny again! At least on the plus side, we are removing all of their denies, right? So on the plus side, we're removing their ability to deny us. That is what I'm gonna tell myself as the positives. The positives here is there's not many, but the positives are that we are at least removing their things, but those Siphoning Strikes work so well to buff Fiora that it's a shame that we're not seeing them. Obviously, we've now got another buff for her, so that's okay. It would have been a lot better. It would have been a lot better if it would have been, like, if she would have been significantly buffed up right now. Because if we see Lee... we see Lee! Okay. So...
Nothing to hold me back.
We wait. As much of me wants to single combat this, actually, wait. Payday is a what's his face, right? Payday and their reaction, there was it focus speed. He can't use that. So that's what I mean. Like, we have to do that then, because otherwise he could just like barrier himself up. But not on the focus speed. He can't. Ooh, you know what? I don't know what this deck is. But weirdly enough, I already like it. I mean, see, I remember Earthworm Jim. I don't quite remember Arseworm Jim. Okay. We're going to get rid of everything other than the predict cards. At least the predict card. I mean, okay, fine, we take 2 predicts. Okay. Could throw this down turn 1. Might end up regretting my decisions here, but I'm going to do this. I could get it so that I know I've got another Fiora in hand, or I could get the, I feel like the Hourglass. I feel like knowing I've got Hourglass would be good, especially considering the fact that we know the fact that they've got like potentially, like, I'm guessing stun synergy, a lot of stun synergy with Yasuo. So the ability to be able to, if worst comes to the worst, have Fiora and then be able to put her inside the Hourglass. I feel like it's going to be the best option to me right now. So we do have a Rite of Calling, so even if this one dies, we've got the ability of finding another Fiora. So that feels somewhat okay. I don't mind sacrificing this because I know for a fact that I've got in my deck cards that are, which are like, obviously like, what is it? The, why can't I remember the damn name of it right now? I've got the cards in my deck that work a lot better with only having one champion. For one or whatever. Anyway, the point is we go. So, take you. I'll go with it. Gotta go with the flow. Okay, so. Okay. I do have Quicksand. I was hoping to use this on you. If we play Sharp Sight's not going to help me out here. But maybe the Hourglass is going to be my plan. As much of me knows that I could, as much of me, I mean, but I know that stun synergy with Yasuo is going to be coming out as well. Okay. I was honest to God hoping to use that with what's his face? Honest to God, hoping to use that with this, but I've got to keep that Fiora alive right now. I was not expecting that move from them. In all honesty, out of everything I expected, Rite of Resolve was not the one I expected. Gonna do this. So we could make sure that we're gonna be Baron, or we could make sure that we're gonna be, you know, I'm gonna make sure, my opponent is just all in on the Shannon modes right now. All in! I guess if I'm not all out, then I guess I'm all in! So...
The world waits, begging for
that's fine. That's fine. Gonna convince myself it's gonna be fine.
Remember your training!
Remember your training! So, we definitely know that they've got stun synergy. If I lose to you, because obviously they can stun. If they stun, you only got up by 2, so I'd be taking 4 damage as opposed to 5 damage. So this is how I'm gonna justify this move. I'm 1 mana out of Rite of Negation. Okay. At least Fiora's leveled now. I was 1 mana out of negation. I was expecting a stun. Actually, correction. That stun's only on attacking units, right? The 2-cost stun is only on when you're attacking, so they couldn't have used that. Actually, I don't think there was any stuns they could have used, right? Because they couldn't use concussive. Okay. So, the Clockman's out. Sad Poro. I mean, the Shadow Mote. The Shadow Mote has suddenly changed. Okay. Gonna do this, or do I feel like the better move here is to Rite of Negate, Rite of Calling first. Basically, actually, at this point, should I just take a mana crystal with what I've got in the hand and whatnot? Should I just take a mana crystal dive instead? Basically, look, the reason why I want to do this first is so that I get another shield. That's going to be my reasoning for doing this, is that the knowledge of having a shield, I will feel a little bit more prepared. Okay, they don't want to let me have that. We could use Rite of Negation to make sure that I still do get that shield. So, Rite of Negation, I guess we kill you for this privilege. I don't want to like get rid of too much of my mana. So, I'll kill you for the right of this. So, she does now have her shield. So, still have the shield. Got shield and sharp sight to try and grab this widget, this Fey World Twirler. Let us see who is the better one with the sword! Okay, so they could have the 2-cost. They could have the 2-cost stun. 2-cost stun is the most likely. So 2-cost stun is the most likely. We shall see. But let us see who is better with this 2-cost stun. Oh no! Oh, again I go with that move. Again with the bait and switch. So at least we can riposte. So that is now Fiora 1 step closer on that ticker. One step closer. I've got none of my moves. I can defend her. I can defend her from something, if nothing else. I've got a ram negation if there's a stun. Aegis coming in. Oh, the cards, Yugi. Oh, the ability to rally. Barrier rally. My opponent is like, do I do shit? Ah!
I fight.
I mean, that has just spanked an unbelievable amount of my opponent's man. Don't get me wrong. Great card. Great card for a stun at the beginning of the round. But if that beginning of the round never starts, then it's fine. So, the fact that we can actually sharp sight this for the trade-off. You know what? Let's do it. You know what? They at least worth that satisfaction of doing 6 damage. Let's take it away from them. There we go. And that is the win. Well done, Mr. Earthworm Jim. I remember Earthworm Jim as a child. Good times. Good times. Yay. Okay, so, I mean, all the Shurima boys are coming to town. All the Shurima, so expect landmark. We have no landmark removal in this deck. Ahoy! Yeah. To say that I think I'm gonna get out of this with a W, would be a very bold statement. I don't think I'm getting out of this with a W, you know. Okay, you never know though, you never know. This is at least as a way of getting her. It's not the best way of getting her, obviously, because it is one of those things whereby I'm sacrificing mana to get there. But I'm against all the Egyptian god cards. Who can win all the Egyptian god cards? Or one fancy lady with a sword. We'll find out. Aha! Fancy lady with sword. She comes when needed.
By
So,
my honor, you must die.
by my honor. I think I'm the one who's gonna die if I'm gonna be honest.
Strike
But
quickly, strike
by my honor. It's okay. We've got the ability to get another one of her, which at least means I can barrier. So. It's okay. We are against all the Egyptian gods, but it's fine. It's one of those things right now where I'm thinking to myself, do we Aegis? Do we Aegis knowing that we've got sharp sight? They could. It depends on what spell they use. Like by this I mean like if they go for the minor stats and give, I need to keep quicksand as an option. So if they go for the... Oh, okay. You know, that I was honest to God not expecting that one. I was not expecting that one, but okay. So I was actually honestly expecting them to do it on top of Fiora. But okay. It's okay. So, thinking to myself, do I use this and then use this? It feels like I have to do this now when their mana is down. I have to do this now when the mana's down, otherwise I don't think I'll do it. Okay, it's okay. So, we can rally, sharp sight, kill big crocodile. So that's one of the Egyptian, that hopefully might be one of the Egyptian gods down. Might be one of the Egyptian gods down. 2 left! After this point, right? Okay. No, they got moves. They got themselves past it. Really well played. Really well played on their part. Okay. So. Okay. Expect problems. Expect problems. Because they could quicksand us as well. Just as we're quicksanding them. They can quicksand us! Okay. I can't let the crocodile live. Just die. Accept your fate and die. Okay. That is problematic because I've got no way out of that. At least I've got a Rite of Calling, so I can, even though Fiora is dying on me right now, I have got the ability to get another one. We're gonna take the draw landmark, but crocodile down, but at what cost? The crocodile's down, but at what cost? One Egyptian god down. I mean, apparently it doesn't matter. They've still got they've got more Egyptian gods. So the crocodile, I thought crocodile god was dead. Who is what do you call it? Crocodile is what's his face? The obliterator, isn't he? Not the obliterator. The tormentor, obelisk. Obelisk the Tormentor is who we're currently up against. Okay. Gotta do it. I could have technically seen what draw I got off of this. I could have actually technically seen what draw this gave me, because this could have given me the draw as well. So, I mean, I need to do this. This is the card.
I'll make a note. They would fall
Because I need to
by
get
my
it so that Fiora is buffed for a potential final last-ditch attempt at judgment.
The Emperor commands.
The Emperor commands! So, I need to go with this immediately, I think. Oh, okay, right, so they're summoning they're sacrificing a monster to summon another Egyptian god! They could have Riot of Negation themselves. Like, it's very possible. I'm gonna go for it. I'm actually gonna go killing you. Potential Riot of Negation. It's very possible. Very possible. I hope they don't have it. I'm gonna regret sacrificing that 1 point of mana. That 1 point of mana was the little extra point of mana I needed for Riot of Negation. Okay. So, hope. No, don't do it, please. Let me live. Just let it go. Okay, sheet. We can do this, which does mean we force out an additional. We force out an. Aha! There we go. No Riot of Negation for you. You shouldn't have been so stingy with your mana. You should have accepted going down in mana. Okay, so that is Fiora level, which does now mean judgment is a thing. My opponent is going for a predict. See, I'm thinking to myself, if they had that card that they used before to get themselves out of this situation, they would have used it right on top of the Junekeeper in order to kill Fiora. So
We can always rely on you.
I'm going to assume they don't have it and hope, but I could be wrong. Okay, Fiora is but one tick away. Okay.
Shurima.
Oh, I don't need to see him that buff. I don't need to see that Egyptian god that buff. Okay. It's okay. Free Egyptian god cards!
History, but we must write
All 3 Egyptian god cards. They got when all 3 Egyptian gods are out, and all you've got is one Fiora with a sword going ha-cha-cha-cha-cha. Okay, come on, we can beat all the Egyptian gods. Alright, don't panic. We could use standalone with single combat to get rid of the big crocodile. Is an option. It is an option. There's only 1 card left in that hand. Okay, they decided not to do anything. We've got to go with this first, and then from that we can make decisions, because I feel like Nasus might even be the one who I want to kill. The reason why it's Nasus is because I've got other ways of killing Renekton if needed. So feel like Nasus is the big boy that we want to try to get rid of right now. So we'll see how this plan goes, and if worst comes to the worst, standalone, single combat the big reptilian god. But we're going for this god. We're going for Slifer, the executive producer. Okay. Boom.
Just the way I like it.
Just the way I like it. Sword and hooter choo juice. Okay. Hooter choo juice. And that is good day. Say goodbye to all your Egyptian god cards, Yugi. Oh, you got all the Egyptian god cards. For what good did it do you? Okay, so Trundle package. Trundle and Watchers. Trundleroos and Watchers alike. Riot of Negation. Actually, I guess I basically need to throw everything back, because, as I said, like, I need to throw everything because I need to be trying to either find Riot of Cooling or Fiora herself. Hello there. Cheers, my friend. Cheers. I should get a real drink for you. There you go. Enjoy yourself. So I've got that ability, but I said that loss of the loss that you get from the mana is substantial. So I'm actually gonna throw down this first because it again is a little bit more draw stuff. So before we have to, because obviously we can't use this next turn anyway, because using this next turn means that we can't play Fiora anyway. So we might as well play the waiting game on that. Might even go for additional draw in hopes. So
I will bury
if I don't have to use this, I don't want to use this. I mean, obviously, I will use it if I have to. And in the late game, I don't mind using it because in the late game, my mana's not important. But right now, it's looking like I'm going to have to. It is looking like I'm going to have to. We shall wait the turn. Technically, I guess I could do this right now, play Fiora. Still means I go with 2 mana, or I could wait and see what the draw is. What's our situation? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have to do it now, because that's going to draw a card, and I'm drawing a card, which means I'm burning a card. And if I burn Fiora, I will not hear the end of it. So, we'll do this. We'll do this because we have to. It literally, like, at this point, has to be done. Don't have to throw Fiora out. We could throw her out. In fact, sorry, I'm going to throw her out. Yet again, otherwise we still will be burning a card, so maybe throw her out. She's still gonna have 2 mana. Ooh. So maybe either another Lissandra or Trundle. So another Lissandra does mean Entomb. Another Lissandra does mean Entomb is in their hand, which can be very problematic. Okay. Stand alone.
Nothing to hold me back.
Stand alone. I can't remember who does that song. Wait, because stand alone, dude. I can't remember. I just that's just immediately come to my mind now that I see stand alone, but I don't actually know what song that is or who sings it. So they couldn't use it. We know for a fact they've got Entomb, or no, I can't say that for a fact because they could have got Trundle, but they could have Entomb. If they do have Entomb, we do have a single combat, so we can still make this attack go through. We've got the ability to use another standalone potentially next turn. So it's all about how our opponent does this. They could actually just use, like, yes, I was going to say, which is 3 Sisters and Frostbite. That is also a very, very good option. Okay. Nothing I can do about that other than accept it and move on as we go into the next turn. A little bit of extra mana. We've got Hourglass now, so I mean before that keeps going, we have to remove that from the field of play. Okay, obviously they're going with the Hourglass, so I have to remove this, forcing me into these moves, Yugi. And then they got another Hourglass. They go, and then they Hourglass again. Okay. We did take a lot. We took a lot of damage to make that happen. But we do have another standalone. We do have Rite of Negation as well as an Hourglass. So I'm willing to try to get her off this field of play. Okay. She's off the field of play. And we level Fiora. Okay. So too easy. We can use Predict. We could even use, depending if they play Trundle on play. Ooh. I feel that I have to Aegis this because if they had Frostbite, they would have used it, right? If they had Frostbite, they would have used this. We have to do this now because otherwise, at the end of the turn, he makes that become an 8/8. He makes that become an 8/8 with Overwhelm, and yeah. None of that. None of that. Do you hear me, young man? None of that. We'll go forward. We also potentially have got a really funny judgment move coming up as well. So, if needed, we have judgment. But we've got a buffed up Fiora. We're in an okay situation right now, whereby she just needs one more strike. And she wins. We actually have the ability of getting another Fiora as well, which means that we can put Barrier on top of her. So, Judgment. I can't do Judgment because it means just putting all of my mana. It means putting all of my mana into one move. That is probably going to be heavily countered. We'll go with this. we go with this because that does mean that we can at least put a barrier on top of her. So if they do go forward with Trundle, we can put a barrier on top of our Fiora, and then that means that trade, like, we win. That feels like the good move because it's slow speed. It feels like we have to do it now to make sure that we have that option available. At this moment in time, because of the situations that are going on and that are most likely, like, because I can no longer use Judgment. Oh yeah, the ability for that strike, I will take. There's no reason to predict and on top of a predict because I've already predicted the card that I want. Feels like a big one. So they could either get Trundle, who is a slow speed spell, or they could get Lissandra, who is fast and obviously can be used to counter barriers. So I long for a worthy opponent, but we do know that we're going to be getting the strike next turn, right? So I'm willing to wait. I probably should have taken that. I probably should have taken them up on the offer. Sometimes it's the moves. It's the moves you have to make. So if it is her, obviously, actually no, correction. It's Entomb is her spell, not the It's when she levels up, she gets that spell which does the 1 damage. I mean, so using the negate to stop this. I negate your negate with negate. So I negate your negations. I negate your negationings to this. So boom, and there goes the attack in, and Fiora wins! We actually did have Judgment, we had Certain Strike, we had a number of different ways around that, but that was the one that was more funny to me. I definitely didn't have to do that to lose the extra mana crystal. That was not a smart move there, but it just felt funny to negate the negate with negate. So that is the Sandy Fiora deck. As you can see, very fun. I will say, for anyone who's watching this video thinking this is going to be like wondering whether or not this could be meta, I don't think so. My main reason for saying is that I definitely feel the Freljord package is a lot better. A bit like, in terms of what they've got, troll chart, different things like and freezes. It's definitely a lot better. I just wanted to see what this was like with Shurima. And definitely, if you want to check it out, you can do it, like a deck code down below and everything like that. But honestly, if you're looking for like a proper full-on Fiora deck, definitely the Freljord one is better. But I'd be remiss if I didn't at least try this. But let me know what you think down in the comment section down below, as well as the fact that obviously you can catch me on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Links yet again all down below, and just thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, why not consider it? Thank you all. I hope you have a great day, and until next time, bye.
From flash of brilliance that could save me. Save me! That doesn't save me. Okay. Say anything from you. Save me. That doesn't save me. Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.